The Supreme Court of Ohio, Module 6, Preparing for a Case. Unit 5, Financial Arrangements and Follow-up. By the end of this unit, you will recognize the billing policy and procedures of the Supreme Court of Ohio, prepare an invoice correctly, and know the procedures to follow up after submitting an invoice. There is no uniform policy for invoicing because Ohio does not have a unified system in place. As a general rule, you must contact the coordinator of interpreting services in the county where you will work to find out if they have specific information that they need you to put in your invoice. Your invoice must show the payment terms you've agreed to with the Supreme Court of Ohio. If you are coming from far away, learn about the terms regarding reimbursement for distance traveled, transportation, lodging, meals, and incidental expenses. In a moment, you will see a sample invoice that contains the essential information for the accounting office to recognize your invoice, a type of service you provided, and tax identification. Check with the county clerk's office to learn about the requirements to register as a supplier, vendor, or contractor. Ask for forms or for website links to access them, fill them out, and send them in for processing. You will have to decide how you want to receive your money. Generally, it is by two means, by check or by electronic deposit of funds into your checking or savings account. On the top portion of your invoice, put your name or that of your company exactly as it will match your tax ID number, whether it is your Social Security number, employer identification number, or taxpayer identification number. Make sure that you put your business address as it relates to your name or company name. Include your telephone number and an email address. Next, number your invoices because they will serve you as a reference in case there is a payment dispute and to keep track of your payments. Next, put the date of the invoice. This is important because, once received, the court will have a definite time in which to pay you in full before having to pay you interest for the late payment. Next, put the name of the courthouse or court system and its business address to identify it as a receiver of your services. Then, write the information about the assignment, namely the case caption, case number, the judge's name, the exact location of the assignment. Separately, put the date of the service and the scheduled time of the assignment. This is the time that you were hired to arrive to that location for the service. Indicate the start and end times of that assignment. Now, if you were hired to provide services as needed during a period of time, ensure that you specify the block of time for which you were hired. Next, write the fee that you agreed with the court. Also, write detailed information about the distance traveled in miles and in dollars and cents per mile. To ensure that you don't have any disputes about the distance that you traveled from your home or office to the courthouse, print a copy of directions from your point of departure to your courthouse destination from an internet mapping site. The directions point out that distance in miles for each way. Additionally, write the lodging, which must include the rate and tax paid. Add tolls and parking if applicable, or negotiated beforehand. If you plan or expect to be reimbursed for the related expenses, make sure that you save all of your receipts. As far as tolls are concerned, if you were billed electronically by the Motor Vehicle Authority, you should find out how to retrieve and print that information about what you paid for the trip to your assignment. Add up all the subtotals and put the total amount on a separate line, clearly identifying the number as the total. Finally, indicate where the court should remit your payment. Find out from the clerk's office how they expect you to submit your invoice. It may be by regular mail or by email, whereby you will attach the invoice as a document. If you can, make the attachment a document in a PDF format. Perhaps the court has an online billing system for you to log in and record the details of your bill. How do you keep track of your invoices? This is a basic bookkeeping task because it will help you and your accountant keep track of any payment pending and received for your professional services rendered to all of your clients. It is important to number your invoices in a sequence. One good way of organizing your information is using a spreadsheet, be it on paper or in your computer. Make sure that you also include when you mailed your invoice and other details that were on the invoice. You may even want to create an item for following up with your client. Say, for instance, at the 30-day mark after you have submitted your invoice. If an invoice is outstanding, you should call the accounting office to inquire about the status. If you speak with somebody on the phone or if you write to the accounting office, ask when you can expect payment for the entire invoice. It is a good business practice to confirm any information in writing and to send that by email to that person with whom you spoke about this invoice status.